Hello, good morning. Hey collective, how y'all doing? Remember that time is fluid, so whenever you see this message, it's when you're meant to see it. It's a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone, so only take what resonates and leave the rest. Today is February 15th. It is 9:06 a.m. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hang on a second, y'all. Oh, it's light here. A little more light. Yay! Yeah, much better. Anyway, what's up? Hope y'all had a good day yesterday. Hope you had a good day. Hope you received as much love as you gave out. How about that? Hope you received some that manifesting new love. Let's see what's going on for the collective on this February 15th. Why do I feel like this is some kind of portal? I feel like, I don't know. Listen, that's what I'm hearing, some kind of portal. Let's see. Is February 15th some kind of opening of a spiritual portal? Nah. The moon is Scorpio and Jupiter going retrograde. Okay, so that's about luck. Okay, let's keep going, Spirit. I don't know, but I just feel like it's like a cycle closing and a like a portal. I'm seeing like this one close and the other opens like that. Somebody could be being born, a birth, could be a birth canal. Ooh, yeah. Figure how it resonates. What's the message here, Spirit? Please and thank you. What's the message? Healing old wounds. So some of you guys are healing old wounds. Look at me aging. I can see it in my neck. I see it. You know what I'm saying? The smile lines and stuff like that. Oh, child. Yeah. What's going on in Spirit? Regaining your balance. Right. So you have to heal some old wounds so you can regain your balance. Right? Put you in an upright. Align your chakras. Yeah, especially with boundaries, right? You have to set boundaries now. Boundaries are not to keep people out, but they're to keep you balanced, right? So that you are not overwhelmed. You know what I mean? So that you're not, so that your vibration isn't lowered. So that's why we set boundaries. So you know, things don't affect our vibration, our quality of life. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, what's going on here, Spirit? So that's what you're doing, collective. What we got here? Family concerns. Excuse me. This could be about family. Take it how it resonates. More than likely, when we're having to heal those wounds, they usually come from family trauma, right? That's how it all starts. Yeah, the spring. So something about the spring. All right, it's going to be a time when maybe when this portal starts to open, this spring equinox I'm hearing. All right, when is the spring equinox? When is the spring equinox?
In the Northern Hemisphere, the spring equinox will be on Friday, March 20th, 2026 at 10:46 a.m.
March 20th. Friday, March 20th, 10:46 a.m. Ooh, that could be somebody's birth. 10:46 a.m. 3:20. 10 and 4 and 6 is 10. 10, 10. Come on, Spirit. That's 10, 10. 10:46 equals 10, 10. Yep, this is going to be the closing and the opening of a new cycle. Take it how it resonates. Take it how it resonates. And I usually don't do predictions like that. So, what's going on, Spirit? Spirit, what's the message here? Slow and steady. Go with the flow. Things are happening as they should. Everything is right on time, right? So you're in a seeding cycle right now. You're seeding. You're going through the dark night of the soul, right? You're a seed that's opening up in the dirt, right? And the dirt is darkness, right? So you're having to push through the darkness. You're coming through. You're regaining your balance. You're healing old wounds. Spirit said, good luck. We're going to leave it there with these. Let's do some shadow work. Nope. Yeah, we're going to do some shadow work. What does a collective need to know moving through this cycle, Spirit, closing out this cycle, going through this darkness, whatever it is you're going through? Spirit is saying, push through. Don't give up, right? Don't become dormant and never sprout and never, get to the top and overcome the darkness. Don't give up, right? Because some seeds are dormant. Some seeds you can plant and they never grow anything, right? And that's because of fear. This is because they don't want to do the hard part, right? They don't feel like they can push through the darkness, right? So they rather hide. Come on now. What's going on here for the collective? What do they need to know during this time in this dark night of the soul? Unseen patterns. Change your thoughts, change your life, your beliefs, your reprogramming. This is a part of healing the old wounds. Maybe you grew up with somebody telling you were never going to be anything. You were never good enough, right? Maybe you could have went through a time in your life where you kept constantly trying to prove yourself to someone, right? Now you're seeing the patterns. You're seeing how you put yourself out there in order to, please someone that you could never please anyway. This is just somebody that continually wants to move the goalpost, right? They like to see you struggle. They like to see you try to please them. They like to see that shit. Ooh, come on, man. This could be an addiction. Yeah, compulsive need despite negative consequences. Get support in therapy, healing, liberation support. And this doesn't just have to be alcohol or drugs. Addiction could be an addiction to people pleasing, right? Addiction to toxicity, addiction to toxic patterns. Come on, man. Yeah, I feel, there's an addiction definitely to some unseen patterns, whether that would be physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. Yeah, there's a lot of deception here. With this family concern, this is purple too. This is your crown chakra energy as well. Unseen patterns is the root chakra energy. Knowing what's right? Not just knowing what's right, but this is also sweeping things under the rug, right? With the deception, with this being in your intuitive, your crown chakra, it's like you can see how this is eroding the trust that you have with somebody, right? You see people. You can see people's deception and their integrity, their transparency and their trust. This is family that you could be dealing with. Take it how it resonates. And we all know, I feel like family are the hardest relationships to navigate. They're the hardest relationships to let go of as well, right? To move away from. Because if you don't have family, who the fuck you got, right? I'm just saying, because listen, I've felt that way too, but I know that I have God. And he's been my role model. He's been my parent. He's been my sibling. He's been my friend. He's been my protector. He's been all those things that I don't have in my life right now. You know what I mean? All those things that I thought that if I didn't have, that I wasn't going to be able to strive or succeed or to live, to breathe, right? Come on. Escapism. Somebody definitely doesn't want to hold themselves accountable. Detach from daily struggles and relax, but don't use it as a form of avoidance. Relaxation and facing reality. I feel like you're not, maybe people may say that you're trying to escape. Look, you're just trying to make peace. That you're trying to escape from the response, some kind of, you know how if you step outside of the social norms of family, then it's like you're ostracized. Oh, the family don't fuck with this person, or they don't fuck with their family. There's a reason, right? There's some kind of toxicity, right? That somebody is trying to escape. People could be saying that you're trying to escape from some kind of responsibilities, when no, in fact, it is that you can see the deception. Right, you're no longer in an illusion of the toxic dynamics, the unseen patterns, right? Yeah, you see it, the deceptions and the addictions. Okay, there could be family members that have addictions that they don't want to. What's the word I'm looking for? Confront, right? Escapism. Arrogance. Not seeing flaws that hinder their growth or your growth. No limits to learn and improve. Humility and awareness equal growth. This is somebody that refuses to admit they're wrong. All right, because that's where arrogance comes from. Arrogance comes from, I'm right, you're wrong. I'm better than you. I know everything. And even when I'm wrong, I still won't admit it. I will argue and fight with you how my way is the best way. And that's because somebody gets embarrassed when they're confronted. That's what I'm picking up. They get embarrassed, right? So they argue, they fuss, they have arrogance. They got their nose turned down on everybody like they don't never do no fucking wrong. Somebody quick to point. Yeah, it's on the floor. Quick to point out your shortcomings and your failings. Look, a shadow dance. You guys could have been doing a shadow dance with somebody with this back and forth shit, right? This is also like accepting of someone's behavior, right? Oh, that's just how they are. And never holding another person accountable. That's what you shadow dance with this person. It was back and forth. They did something fucked up. You swept it under the fucking rug, and they come back, acting as if, they really got your back and shit like that. You let them in. They do something fucked up. You brush it under the fucking rug. When you move shadows, you discover your rhythm. Yeah. Let's go on. I'll get a couple more. What we got here? Ooh, you're trying to come out. Sacred boundaries. Respecting and honoring your limits sets you free. Assertiveness and self-care. With this also up under the heading of healing old wounds, right? You set boundaries. Your peace. It's like not allowing someone to come in and trample over your peace, right? Your self-esteem, your self-respect, your foundation. Like somebody coming in, spirit, and just wanting to throwing your pearls to swine. Because all they do is they come in, they don't respect what you have, they don't respect your boundaries, they don't respect you as a person, they trample all over your shit, they don't try to use caution, they break something, they fuck it, you know what I'm saying, they're not sorry, right? They want things to fall apart in your life. Have you ever been around somebody, spirit, you ever been around somebody that they janky as shit? When they come around, shit start falling the fucking apart. You start losing shit starts breaking. You know what I mean? That's that's somebody that has low vibrational energy. When you allow a low vibrational energy to come into a high vibrational space, it tries to suck it all out. It's like it tries to go in and just coat itself all over it, and then just abstract all the energy out of the room. Somebody takes all the energy out of the room. Self-compassion. You guys have had to learn how to love yourself. What did I say? Didn't I say that in the beginning? Embracing imperfections help you find strength, growth mindset, and resilience. Self-compassion, loving yourself, even when love is not being served at the table. Knowing and understanding that it has nothing to do with your worth. It has nothing to do with how you look. It has nothing to do with how much you have. It has nothing to do with that. How people treat you is a direct reflection of how they feel about themselves. And if they treat you in a dirty, nasty manner, it's because they don't feel good about themselves, and you reflect that. However way, shape possible, you reflect that. You reflect what they don't have, what they can't find within themselves, what they have not healed. Thank you, Spirit. You're having a spiritual awakening. Didn't I say that? Dark night of the soul. You can I always say, listen to your body. You can be someone that's in a healing energy, and when you come across somebody that's low vibrational, this shit can make you physically fucking ill. It's because your energy signature, the energy that you surround yourself is peaceful. This is like somebody coming and going like this. You hear me? And it can disrupt your peace, right? You realize that with the deception and escapism, with your spiritual awakening, you learn that they weren't going to love you the way you love you, and they're not going to be able to give you back what you give to them. Right? That's also another way for you to get off balance, giving to a source that's never returning that energy back to you. They take it and they run. They take it and they run. And they come back when they need another fill, when they need another fix, when they need, you know what I'm saying? When they need some more of your energy, your healing. Sit with your shadow. It's the way to enlightenment. It's intuition and your spirituality. You had to learn how to love yourself, and this is a part of you healing your wounds, healing those trauma wounds, those trauma bonds. Did you know that trauma bonding is also when somebody wants to argue with you about events of your life? You know, somebody wants you to continue to go back and forth with them about how things happen. That's trauma bonding. I just realized that for myself. Right? Yeah. To keep you in this loop, this cycle of, toxicity. Yeah. You had to set boundaries, as you should. Look, face inner demons. This is part of your spiritual awakening. Don't be afraid of darkness. There's a light nearby. Transform and integrate. It's like sitting yourself down and making a list of all your wrongs, right? And then making a list of how you were wrong. All right? You have to forgive yourself for the choices that you made. That's where you ask God for forgiveness and you repent. And repentance is you stop behaving that way. You are not in control of the part over here, what they did. That's under God's judgment, not yours. Only thing you have to be concerned with is how you acted or reacted to the situation, or if you initiated some shit. That's all you need to hold yourself accountable for. Somebody over here, they want you to stay in this energy of feeling guilty, shame, regret. They want you to share in the misery. They want to keep you going through the back and forth with them so that they can feel comfortable. So that they don't have to hold themselves accountable and look at their own behaviors, their own intentions and actions. Right? Come on, Spirit. It's a mental contest. Come on, Spirit. It's a head game. It's a mind game. Somebody's very arrogant. Somebody feels like they ain't never fucking wrong. And somebody feels like that their actions are justified by something that you did, allegedly. See, this is somebody that doesn't want to make that list of the shit they did. They don't want to make that list. They rather just look at how you made them fucking feel, so they had to do it like that. Come on now. Strength isn't from winning. Struggle defines strength. Yeah. When what goes through your resentment, they still hold resentments. Somebody's still holding resentment because you refuse to do the shadow dance with them anymore. Because you refuse to do the shadow dance with them anymore. That's all. That's all. You were a steady partner. You were somebody that would go back and forth with them, right? You were somebody that they could count on to throw that shit at, even if it's at the expense of you. Spirit said they were expecting you to throw it back, so that it would keep going back and forth. Yeah, it's often festers, causing a desire for revenge. Let go of the past to find peace. Somebody has a desire for revenge because you realized that they was fucking with you mentally. This was a Nine of Swords energy trying to keep you in your head. You hear me? Keep you on a defense mode. Keep you unable to elevate, right? Because you're constantly, wondering and worrying and trying to protect yourself, right? Being guarded, ready for the next battle with this person. Nah, Spirit said no. That's not how it's gonna go down. What's going on here, Spirit? Emotional release. You had to let it go. Yeah, you had to have self-compassion because whoever you've been dealing with, if this is family, they had no compassion for you. They had use of you, but no compassion for you. All right? Don't let that go of your head. Letting go creates space for new beginnings, catharsis, and purification. Releasing it. Look, and having hope. Right? This is what they wanted to dash. They wanted you to pour out your cup of hope. They wanted you to feel like there was nowhere, it wasn't going to get any better. You should accept this. Accept their doctrine is what I'm hearing. Come on, Spirit. Seductive allure. In the reverse. What's going on? You are the wounded healer. What did I say? Nine of Swords. Constantly having to protect yourself, right? The wound is the place where the light enters you. Empathy, healing purposes. You could be an empath. Yep, you faced your inner demons, and that's why you have compassion and empathy for others, because you understand. You know how dark it can be. You know how when we make bad choices and the guilt and the shame that comes around it. Yeah, listen, that's good that you feel that way, because maybe you'll stop doing that shit. You won't do that no more. That's where the repentance comes in. And if you ask God for grace and mercy, He will give that to you. He will help you to see your ways, right? So that you can make atonement. And with that, you grow wisdom and spiritual knowledge. You grow compassion and empathy, right? And you understand that God gave you grace and mercy where He could have just left you in a state of despair, right? Guilt, shame, and regret. But instead, He pulled you up and allowed you to look your demons face to face and see where they came from and who the fuck they are. They're all a part of us. You know what I mean? Sometimes there are protectors. Avoidance. Yeah. It's key to see the need to avoid discomfort, but also to overcome it and thrive. See, this is what I'm talking about with the confrontation and progress. This is somebody that does not want to face the discomfort, the guilt. They have no remorse. They avoid it. They're avoidant. Ooh, we already got it out here. Somebody's very avoidant and dealing with that, and very defensive. And understand you are defended too. Unseen resistance to unresolved issues. Explore the curiosity, reflection, acceptance, and growth. Somebody doesn't like to be confronted about their behavior either. How dare you confront me? Ain't nobody else ever confronted me. Everybody else lets it go. Why? How dare you confront me? Child, that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm at. That's for somebody. Anything else, Spirit? Somebody's closed-minded. Somebody could be getting older in age. I heard you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I don't see why not. unwilling to consider other perspectives or entertain new ideas, or to even be more open. And this could frustrate you. This could frustrate you, collective, that whoever this person is or this family member is, okay, it's like they're so close-minded they can't see anything but what they already know. There's nothing you can do about that. That's something that they have to take up with the Most High. At the end of the day, look, they have no boundaries. Okay? This is somebody that's used to doing what they want, how they want, and if it hurt your feelings or made you feel some kind of way, get over that shit, right? Spirit. And they also act like they don't know what you're talking about. If you confront this person, difficult to establish a healthy respect. Take care to ensure your needs are met. Respect, self-care, and limits. Yeah, and have the courage to do so. This is that social mindset, right? That family social, idea that you can't confront, right? You can't stand up to those that are. It's just like it's not socially acceptable to detach yourself from the people that, from your lineage, the people that you grew up with, the people that raised you. People find that socially unacceptable, but more and more today, people are also understanding that sometimes those are the people that have fucking broken us, have hurt us the most, and you telling me I gotta continue to love on them and protect them, and just like, listen, we cannot protect our abusers, whether it's verbal, emotional, spiritual, physical abuse. It don't matter. When it's not equally given back, when people are not holding themselves accountable by what they've done or how they made you feel or how they disrupted your life, then there's a problem here. Come on now. You have to have the courage to stand up and speak up for yourself, because if you don't, somebody's not going to ever have no fucking boundaries. You got to set boundaries with somebody, because they can't see it any other way. They're not even trying to understand how the fuck you feel. Recognize that pattern. They're causing an imbalance in your life. Have the courage. That go that root chakra. You hear me? Making you feel confused. I keep hearing they trying to pull you back. They want you to come back and play the fool. And play the fool, so that they can continue to extract from you. What you resist persists. What you accept transform. Wholeness and duality. Stop hiding. Show up and let yourself be so. Yep, this is what you're doing, collective. You're shedding the illusions. You're shedding the illusions. You're holding fucking people accountable. They don't like that shit. They don't like that. Them limiting beliefs, listen, you're shattering that shit. You're saying, nope, there's another way. I'm going to do this another way. I'm not accepting that, even if I have to fucking do it alone. Because, of course, they're going to ostracize you, outcast you, say that you're being difficult, say that you're being unfair, you're being selfish and shit like that. That's because they're afraid. They're afraid to do what they need to do for themselves. They're afraid to release and follow their own, spiritual calling on themselves. And maybe they just comfortable there. I mean, ain't that wrong? Nobody's judging here. Maybe they just comfortable here. But see, situations like this, I don't understand why people just don't leave you the fuck alone. But you know how that goes, right? Discord among friends and family. Mice. On that thing. In that maze. What we got here? We got Cain. Pay attention to your health. Some of you guys need to pay attention to your health. Alright, and then we got Kangaroo. Unsettled times. Need to plan ahead. So some of y'all need to start planning ahead. You may be coming into some unsettled times. Of course you will, especially if you walk away from family and friends and the environment that you're used to being in, and you step out on faith and you decide to heal yourself. Of course there's going to be gossip and talk and all that shit, because that's what it is, right? They talked about you when you was fucking there. You're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. They may try to make things harder for you, right? Isolate you so that you would lose interest and faith and hope, right? Broken ring, commitment, broken promises, parting of the ways in either romance or business. Yeah, there's some parting of the ways here. What else, Spirit? Anything else from my collective? Okay, what we got here? Bouquet, compliments from an admirer. Some of you guys could be getting flowers. Valentine's Day just stuff. Maybe you did get flowers. All right, but there's, you could be getting compliments from an admirer. Somebody admires your strength. It could be somebody from this family, right? A dark man. There's a dark man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. Somebody could be have a cane, walk with a cane. They may want to give you your flowers. What is that physically? Listen, the crown, I can't make it up. Somebody wants to give you your flowers, give you your honor and respect. Wow. Somebody admires you. And it just doesn't have to be physical flowers. This could be just admiration, right? What we got? Key. Successful outcome to your problems. So there will be a successful outcome to your problems. And we have firecracker here. Some kind of excitement could be coming. This could be coming after this broken ring, right? After this parting of the ways. With family, friends, business, work, whatever. You know what I mean? Thank you, Spirit. What else we got? We have another ring. Wow. What did I say? Closing one cycle and opening of another. Look at that. See this ring? This ring is broken, but this one isn't. Come on now. Come on now. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. Right after the parting of the ways, in comes the new. In comes the new. Oh, shit. We got the well, family wishes come true. Another download I was getting too is people keep coming to the well to drink from the well, and then they just leave. They never thank. They never appreciate. They never show gratitude, right, for the well-being there. It's like people keep coming, keep sneaking on your ground. I also picked up somebody could have owned some land, or just imagine you own some land and you got trees, fruit trees, nut trees, pecan trees, apple trees, and you tell your closest neighbor, anytime you want, a few apples or some nuts or something, just let me know. It's not a problem, right? I don't mind sharing that with you. But these motherfuckers sneak over in the night. They come when they get ready and they try to deplete. They've been picking off of your vine with no intentions of helping you to toil the land, to water the grapes, to keep it. No intention. It's just as soon as they see some fruit, here they fucking come. That's what I'm hearing. All right? Tortoise, slow but surely getting ahead. You put in a lot of work. You have a lot of patience. You have a lot of tenacity, a lot of courage, and you have a lot of faith to not give up. Turtles are slow by nature, so they don't really have the option of fucking giving up, do they? That's just how they are, right? Axe, forces working against you. Yeah, there's people working against you. Some people want to come against you. You already know that. I told you that already, that they were going to do that. When you close this cycle out, I knew that. Look. Psychic ability. Trust your intuition. Spirit said, keep your eye. Keep your eye on. Keep your eye open. Right. Because somebody's definitely trying to come against you. They're trying to slow you down even more, but they don't even understand you're a turtle. It's your nature. You being slow is not deterring you. You're a fucking turtle. This could be a rabbit energy. This could be somebody born in the year of the rabbit. They quick. They like to hop around you, tease you and shit. Yeah, but as soon as they get to where they're going, they lose. They get distracted. It's like they don't appreciate what they get quickly. You understand what I'm saying? Flowers, happiness. There go them flowers again, y'all. Y'all about to receive y'all flowers. Something about October could be significant. What we got here? Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. We got another arrogance. Somebody's very arrogant here. Somebody's very arrogant. They really want to stop what's going on, and they really don't want you to be honored. Yeah, financial pitch. Somebody could be in a financial pitch. They don't want you to be honored and respected. Yeah. Ooh-wee. Somebody could have been talking against your energy. Yeah, look at this. This is somebody that has burnt the bridge. This is a parrot. This is somebody that has been gossiping. I was thinking that somebody has been gossiping about you, talking about you, saying that you are not worthy. But, at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the energy. The proof is in who you are as a person. It can be seen. It can be seen that somebody has burnt the bridge with you, and it could be somebody that did a lot of gossiping about you. They tried to make you look dishonorable. They tried to make you look like somebody that was selfish and greedy and just thought about them fucking selves. You know why? Because you wouldn't let them abuse you. That's all it is. You wouldn't let them abuse you. Staff. You will be taken care of in difficult times. Thy rod and thy staff. Come on now. I'm going to end with those. You will be taken care of at difficult times. What else we got? We just got a few of these, and then I'm going to close the reading. I said meeting. Meeting of the minds. Somebody could be having a meeting about you. Yeah, these people have limiting beliefs, right? They only believe in what they can see and what they understand and what they know. They don't believe in anything else. And the only way to get it is that's the only way they know how. They don't know any other way. They can't see things from a higher perspective. They cannot hold themselves accountable to make themselves look. Somebody told them to stop. Somebody was told to stop stealing your property, probing you of your energy, your time, and your money. What I tell you, they kept coming back to the fucking well. They kept coming over into your yard, taking your fruit off your vine, trying to fill themselves up, right? Exploit you is what I'm hearing. They was exploiting you. Come on, Spirit. A very boastful person. Arrogant. What's going on here, Spirit? Sit, watch, observe, and then make your move. What did I say? Spirit said keep your eye on these people. Just keep your eye open. You ain't got to do nothing but just watch the patterns. Watch the moves. Don't say nothing. Just watch. And that's how you're going to avoid these pitfalls and these traps that they try to set for you. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? That they trying to set for you. They want to come at all your resources, your time, your money, your love, all of that. Because you have a healing frequency. Thank you, Spirit. Maintain your vibration, generate positive emotion, and shifting internally. This is somebody that wants to lower your vibration so that they can get in your fucking head, man. So that you don't see them. You see them in their low vibration, but if they bring down your vibration, then that's because, only if you let them. That's why didn't we have something about time to let go? What was it? Well, something like that. Let's keep going. I don't want to go back because I can't remember. And I don't want to mess up my spread. So healing frequency. Yeah, maintain. I told you though. I said it. Reflections. I'm telling you. Secrets and shadows. Listen. You're exposing the shadows. You're exposing the energies, the behaviors, the patterns of shadows, of darkness, of low vibration. They don't like that. I heard they want people to think you crazy. You're not crazy. You just see them. And because you see them, it's like they all have to gang up and say you're wrong so people will believe them and not you. But see, the tides are changing. It says reflections, changing of the tides, secrets in the shadow. That shit's coming out. Because they can no longer affect you. They can no longer reach your healing energy, your healing frequency. Financial growth, windfall, investments, asset inheriting, good fortune and money comes to me. Your vibration is a little too high. What else? Bad health and illness. Wow, look at that. And that's the shadow. Look at that. But your financial growth, your good fortune, and how you're manifesting is showing these people in the light that they're in. They're having bad health. They're having illnesses. They're losing finances. And people can see the difference, right? Because of the fucking seed that were planted. You reap what you sow. They was coming talking about you didn't, you're this, you're this, and that. But the energy doesn't lie. The way your life is, the way you carry yourself, the way you show up in this world, your energy doesn't lie, and theirs doesn't either. Now people know who was in the low and who was in, who was doing all the bullshit, who was not holding themselves accountable, who was the deflection. Come on now, they're planting seeds and whatever they planted. Look, you have great fortune coming in. They're reaping what they sow. Everybody is, right? One more, Spirit. One more. Spirit said one more. They're getting bad news. And they're getting messages of concern. While you're over here getting good news. You're nurturing. You're growing. You got financial growth. You got abundance. You're manifesting. And it keeps showing that. Look, somebody's in an ocean of suffering. From their own emotions. From their own doing. And the only reason they feel this way is because the attention isn't on you now. Now people are looking at them, and that guilt and that shame and that regret is what's taking over. Because they chose not to hold themselves accountable. The universe is. Eye to eye with the demons within. They have to come eye to eye with their demons just as you did. Look, there go the world, baby, and I'm going to end it right there. 7 could be significant. Journey traveler, this is closed. This cycle's closed. You've been around the world. I've been around the world, and I can't find my baby. I don't know when, I don't know why. Why he's gone away, and I don't know what I can do. You know how it goes. Anyway, yeah. So that's the message, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll see y'all on the next week. Y'all stay up. Deuces.